Yes, that's right. Caterpillar generator set. Well, not gonna be much of a video on it. I know everybody's been asking me this whole winter, where's the Caterpillar? Have you given up on the Caterpillar? I bet you scrapped the Caterpillar. Well, I didn't, so stop asking me and relax. There's no way anything is gonna be scrapped here. So, yeah, it's been cold. We've had one of the coldest winters that I can remember over here on the East Coast, especially in New Jersey. And I haven't touched the Caterpillar in quite some time. It's tarped up under a couple different layers of tarps there, all sealed up. I go out once every few weeks, uncover it, and oil up the cylinders, oil up the machine surfaces, make sure it's not going to rust. So, unfortunately, the radiator's sitting out in the rain, but not much damage you can do to a radiator. So, of course, rather than run into it, but I don't really think that's a problem here. So, really, one of the first things I want to do to the Caterpillar, once the weather breaks a little bit, is build a little structure around it so that I can work on it and protect it when the weather's not ideal as it is today. It's 38, 40 degrees and raining right now, so I'm not going out there to work on it. I could do some cleaning inside here, but I don't really feel like doing that either. So, but what I bought here, these are called structural pipe fittings, and these particular ones are made by a company called Easy Fit, if I'm not mistaken. And I bought these fittings, and I'm going to go through them here. And essentially, what I'm going to build is a structural pipe, I guess, enclosure, if you will, on the deck of the trailer. The Caterpillar is going to be mounted on this trailer because it's going to be a showpiece. It's going to be something that I will take to local shows. I'm not hauling it, hundreds of miles, but I am going to take it a couple shows in the area. So, and it can't be parked inside. You can see here, this is my inside, and there's no place to park the Caterpillar, at least not yet. So, geez, you wouldn't even be able to get it in here. Once the radiator and the cylinder heads and all the trimmings are on, you're not going to be able to get it in here on the trailer. So, it really is going to need something permanent. And what I'd like to do is build this structure, have either maybe a tin roof, but I don't think I'm going to go with tin. I'm thinking of some kind of water-resistant heavy canvas, something that I can put on and take off when I transport it. And then once I get to a showground, maybe put the top back on. Keep it out of the sun. Maybe a nice place to sit underneath the shade. So that's the plan for these. I dumped out the box and I'm kind of going through them. I think I might have shorted myself. But here's how they attach. This is just a piece of Schedule 40 inch and a quarter water pipe, or black iron pipe, whatever you want to call it. These fittings are sold to fit on a pipe size. Like the OD of this is roughly, I don't know, maybe inch and a half or so. But the fittings are made to fit on a piece of Schedule 40 or whatever, really, any kind of nominal pipe size. This just happens to be Schedule 40 pipe, but of course that's just the schedule is just the wall thickness. So yeah, they attach with a set screw, and there's all kinds of specs on them, so you can tell what kind of support or what kind of weight they'll be able to support, or for the given surface area of a roof, how many uprights you need, and all that stuff. So there's calculation charts for all that. So they're pretty neat. They're not all that cheap. They were more expensive than I thought they were going to be, and they are made in China. So don't buy them and think you're going to get something made by unions here in the USA. It's not going to happen. So, but they seem okay. So The nice thing is, if I ever decide to take the Caterpillar off of that trailer or just go in a different direction with the project, they easily disassemble and you can use them over again as many times as you want. So that's that. I'll try to get some video of this structure coming together as it happens. Let's take a walk to the back of the garage here, and I'll show you all the bits and pieces from the cat. Really, not much has changed. It's crowded back here and a mess. I think I showed you all these parts before. I haven't really done anything with them. There's my 2 pistons. That's not part of it. All the injectors out here. I haven't started cleaning anything yet. It's kind of been at a standstill. The only thing I did do was I made a big purchase of some parts here. So got 2 cylinder liners, brand new in the box from Caterpillar for this engine. They're all wrapped up and oiled up. So there's that. Piston rings, they come individually boxed. So there's enough rings there for the 2 pistons, the 2 pistons that I pulled, a bunch of gaskets, liner seals, liner packing seals. Got my timing cover gasket, more gaskets. So unfortunately I wasn't able to get everything from Caterpillar, but they did have a lot was available. I was surprised. So, and the gaskets that were available were the ones that I was going to hope was available, the ones that I couldn't easily make. What are these here? And they're inspection plate gaskets. I could have made those. What do we got here? Ah, the big cork gaskets for the rocker covers. Now, I probably could have made that out of something, but that's pretty thick. That's about almost a 1/4 inch thick piece of cork, so happy to get that. But everything's just sitting here, waiting to be worked on. So don't worry, it's not going to get scrapped. I'm not giving up on it. It's a fair weather project. So when the springtime comes and it gets a bit warmer out, a bit nicer, I'll get back to it. But for the meantime, I got to do little projects just to keep me going. There's the International Harvester generator. I got to get a cover for the generator end there. But not much in there to hurt. So, yeah. That's where I'm at with it. I just pulled this little guy inside. Maybe I'll start tinkering with this engine, but it's too cold and damp out now. No sense in working on anything if you're not enjoying yourself while you're doing it. And I got all the parts for this Kohler, so I gotta get that back together and get that sold. Make some room. So I gotta get the Onan installed for the house. That's a 7.5 JB set up for natural gas right now. So I gotta get that permanently installed for the house. So lots of things to do.